gosh, that probably sounds terrible. There, and check that out. This is the new caltopo.com map of the Richat structure. And I do have to give extreme gratification to Jason Austin, right? Why does that sound wrong? Let me just open that back up again and take a quick look. Yeah, Jason Austin. Yeah, I met him at CPAC with Jimmy. That was kind of cool. So, and also I have a photo. I was going to show it, but it's not convenient. So I'm not going to show it anymore. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the volume and make sure everything's live streaming well. And I just lost my live stream. Where did it go? Is it there? Is it here? What happened? Okay, let me try this one more time. Sorry about the live stream craziness. I got 4 thumbs up already. The city grid. There is a city grid all over the Richat structure. It's crazy. First of all, like I said, I just gave credit to Jason Austin for showing me this new Cal Topo. Just to let you know, I'm not even logged in. You go over here and you make sure to click shaded relief. Otherwise, it won't show this. Now, this is just nuts. There's so many things. And I do have to show you the... where did that go? I just had it. The thumbnail. Let me just find that. I think this is the one I want to show you right here. Whoops. Yeah, why does it do something like that? Why would it do that? Why would it do that? Okay, that was just wrong. I didn't want that to show that image, but we'll work on this. That was just weird. Okay, so here's what I got from that image. I'm going to go back in there. So stupid. Let's just go in there one by one. Before we go into that area where I visited. Okay, yeah. Hi, everybody. My name is David Hansen, and I just went to the Richat for the 3rd time. Doing a terrible intro, but just getting back into this live stream thing. A lot of stuff is going on over here. So much. I mean, if you look at this, I got so many things to point out. I've been there. This is too south. I've been right over here. This right here was just shown on that new show with the British guys. Not new show, but a new episode of the show. Let's just get into it. If you don't know where we are, I'm going to go into the Richat. Now, my trip was 4 countries. Watch my video if you haven't seen it. It was pre-edited, a lot better than this live stream. But let's talk about down here. Okay, so there's the Richat up there on the right. But I went here. Okay, I visited these 2 mountains because I wanted to see them. And I'm gonna give you, if I can get in there without exposing everything. It's just the way things work just now. Intro vid, is that going to do it? Quarries, yeah, that's it right there. So I'm going to show you some images. Here's one right here. And what you're seeing is this, that right there is this small little mountain right there. Right there. Okay, and what you see when you look at it is you see the bisection from ground level. Thanks for the comments. I'll get into them in a second. Yeah, this live stream isn't doing a great justice to my image. Thank you, House of... How do I pronounce that? Is it Luel? Is that an L or is that an I? You know, you never can tell with that. So now, by the way, both of these mountains have that bisection. So I went there, and the problem is I'll probably have to show you a video of the other one. Let me see if I can grab it real quick just to keep you from wondering. I'm looking at it. I'm just double checking. And honestly, can't really see so many images. There are some good ones like this one. This is both mountains right there. So I took those pictures. Now, it's so weird because that behind it, that doesn't show up so easily. I guess I'm looking down on it. This mountain is much higher than that. But the way that is back there, it is kind of weird. Let's see if we can get a better one. That one's up there. Okay, so these are the two mountains that I've been talking about for like 5 years now. But now I have this evidence that there's a line you can see from the ground level, from the ground. Now that's one of them, but I've got the other one, and unfortunately that's in video form. So let's find the video, and I'll show it to you right quick. I just got to kind of yeah, this one's good enough. This is the one I took. Let me just...
And as promised, this is the...
Let me just shut up.
North...
Well, I could probably use it. But just want to show you. That's the northern mountain right there. So hard to pause stuff. And you see the bisection right there. So they got the bisection right... Oh, Yoel. Okay. Thank you for the correction. I'll keep going with that. See, you've got basically two mountains. One of them has a name. It says here, Et Tomiet. Tomiet. So the Tomiet, which is 2209. And over here, we have this other one without a name. And that is 2282. It's even higher. That is a higher mountain. It's a little hill. It's not that high. The highest part of the whole Adrar plateau is over here on the left. I call that little red sorry, see, I messed up again. It's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer has this red nose, but it looks like a deer. And then suddenly I started saying Little Red Riding Hood. I said it before, and I just said it again. Very strange. Okay, so that's the one place I went. I'm glad I could show you. Both of them have this. I mean, take a look at these little lines right here. That's the smoking gun. We're going to look at it right now. But right there, so we were here. You can see the lines right here. They're going through each of these hills. Okay, let's go over to the Google Earth, and we'll take a look ourselves. It's basically a form of ancient megalithic terraforming. Now, in my belief, I think this is overburden dumping. But to you, it might be a little different. And over here, there's the other one that has the name, Tomiat, and it also has a line through it. Now, this is something I've been looking at for like 5 years from Google Earth. I just went there a couple weeks ago. I was driving right here. I was on this road right here. That was the road I was on. So I went there. I went to the Richat structure a third time, but I think that this is so important that this is what I really want to focus on. Okay, now, so this is the next step. This is where it gets a little wild. These two mountains are aligned with this point. Now, I didn't go there. I show you pictures. I got photographs of it. And I think that the best picture is right there. So this is the structure. Now, look how smooth those two hills were that I just showed you here. And then over here, this stuff, look how rough that is. I mean, I can zoom in a little bit more. I got some images. That's just bizarre to me. But here's the crazy point that I want to make about this right here. What I'm showing you, what I took an image of, I took a picture of it over there in the Adrar Plateau, this stuff right here. But look at it right there. You can see that is a smoking gun. I'm going to show you in the Cal Topo because I think this is the clearest image you're going to get. Look at this. This is crazy right here to me because what you're seeing is you're seeing an escarpment that is right there. It follows, it goes over and underneath that. This is newer than that. Okay, which came first, the chicken or the egg? And what I see is that this stuff came later. That stuff was laid out. That stuff, that content was overburden dumping of some type of ancient megalithic project. Now, I've been here. That is the parallel canal. Now, one thing you couldn't see before is the fact that it does go right through that mountain right there. Okay, look at that. That goes straight through. I used to think it exited that way. But now when I see this mountain here, now I feel like it exited out right about here. that was a canal. Okay, was it flood control, meaning it wasn't always full of water? Okay, maybe. But why would they do two of them that are parallel? There's two of them here. And this stuff, you get in here, you see other little lines coming down here and meeting up. And that stuff is very questionable. And it goes on and on and on. You can find little lines. Look at that one right there. Little canals and little lines throughout this whole area using this new Cal Topo. I'm loving the Cal Topo. Now, I'm not going to be on here live much longer, okay? I was planning on doing maybe 30 minutes. Maybe. Okay, I'm always going over time. We all know that. But what I want to do first is, let's find... I thought I could tell right here. Why can't I tell right here and know how long I've been on? Sorry. Let's just do this and say 15 minutes ago. So I think that I should go stay live for another 15 minutes. There's so many things to talk about. Look at the Tenamore crater right there. Tenamore crater. It's so clear, and you can find the other crater right up here. So clear, so easy. Where is it? Oh, now I'm lost? Now I lost it. Okay, let me try that one more time. Okay, so there's the Tenamore crater right there. So the other crater is over here. I can show you the name. It's these craters here. Not that one. Here, Temimichat. Temimichat is right up here. For some reason, I'm not finding it. That I found. And then it's right there. It's right there. See? It's very small. Not a big crater. Another crater that we know about, so that's the string of pearls, is over here. We have this crater. This one's easy to find. I just found it. I'm like, whoa, that was easy. Up here. Wait, I got lost. It's over here. Right there. Oelo crater. So that's another crater. Now, if you know me, I believe that the crater that's in the middle of the Richat structure, something's underneath there. Something's underneath there. And it caused this structure to be, I think it's some type of a planetary discharge. But then we've got this crater that removed these mountains. Okay, this was a perfect circle at one point, and now the mountains are gone. A crater, that's an impact crater. Okay, so we've got a string of pearls happening. One right there, and then one barely visible right there. Those three are in a row, right? Three in a row. And then we have that other one, which is over here, and that one right there is a little bit offset. Now, the ages of these are questionable, but let's talk about other stuff. Okay, I just want to talk about everything. The next thing, where's the image? Sorry. So that escarpment, I'd never really finished making my point about that. That escarpment, something happened on this escarpment. See, here's the way I see it. You've got the Richat structure here. You've got this mouth right there. Now, what formed that mouth? Water? The Wadan River flows into the Richat. That's the truth. It doesn't go very far. It kind of gets absorbed in all the sand, but it goes into the Richat. I don't believe that this little creek created that mouth. We're going to talk more about that later, but if you think that the water ran through here, okay, we can talk more all about this, but you've got this thing here in the way. What is this? What is that structure? Well, if you know me, I've already gone over this. We call it the waterfall. It's got a natural river going this way, down over here, down this way, back this way. Okay? That's an old canal river, whatever. There was a sea here of water or something. But we've got that structure, and it looks like we've got these entry points going through them like there was a canal. Okay, I don't want to talk too much about that, but Look at the structure itself. It kind of gets a little thick down there at the bottom. We go over here and we find another structure that looks like it was not really natural, like it was put there. And it's a big ridge. It goes on and on. It comes all the way down here, and you can keep following it. And there's other little canals here. We won't talk about that just yet, but you can see those lines in this Cal Topo software. A bridge, more like okay, this thing right here, let's talk about this thing right here. You can very clearly see under this Cal Topo software that the old escarpment is underneath it. This structure was put on top. An ancient seawall, maybe, because I've got a canal that goes right through it. You follow it down, and you can see that this is the spot. Where is it? I got lost again. Where the canal goes through. I got to find it. Where am I? It's got to be farther down then. I always get lost here, but don't worry. I'll show you in a moment. So let's get over this one more time. Okay, by the way, I was over here. There's a fort called Fort Sagan. It's right here. I'll show you on the big map. You just zoom in right here, and you can see it pops up right there. I went there. Fort Sagan. It's not spelled correctly. Well, that was built for a movie. So I went here, and then here's the thing. When I was standing at this fort, I couldn't help but notice these rocks right here. Now, after I was finished there, my driver knew more than I did, and he drove me over here, and he drives me up here, and we come up here, and we come back over here somewhere. I don't remember where it is. It's not visible. There it is. This structure here. We come up here, and then he turns this way. I'm like, where are we going? I don't want to go there. Why are you taking me there? Well, we had to pay. This has been updated. There's a big old arm. No, you know what? It's a string. They put some stuff across the road so you couldn't just enter. And then they collected money. Where is it? It's not clear here. I believe that it's up here in this little area. And the old women, they took money. I think they wanted like 200. And then you go over here to these rocks. There were petroglyphs. That was the attraction. We parked right here. And I didn't even want to do this. I was like, no. Let's go. I'm not interested. And so we went for a hike around these rocks. These rocks are gigantic. The ones that fell are gigantic. But I want you to compare those to the ones that are over here at the Giants. I call it the Giants Quarry. And look at these rocks. We can measure them if you want. These rocks are much bigger than those other rocks. And these rocks must be giant. Let's get the width of one of these rocks just real quick. I mean, we're not going to go crazy here, but let's find the widest one. I think it might be right here or over here. The widest one. How about that big one right there? Let's take that one. That one is, let's change it to feet. Okay, that's 36 foot wide right there, that rock. Now, let's go back over to where I was, which is over here. And like I said, I noticed these rocks. Okay, I was in Fort Sagan, and I noticed these rocks, and I was like, whoa, how big are these rocks? Now, I was up here. These are really big, right? I was up here. I had to jump over a big crack. I have that on video, but it's not going to come up tonight. But 36 feet, this rock here, let's find out how much that is right there from the distance. Why is it not measuring? Let's try that again. From here to here, that's 134. That's 142 foot. Okay, that was gigantic. But most of the ones that I noticed were down here. Let's start over again and get one of these. That's actually bigger. That's a little bit bigger. Okay, that's actually, let me just be honest. I do want to be honest. That's 47 foot. So we're looking at, let's round it up to 50, 32. It's actually a little bit larger. But let me say one more time, these rocks were giant. And I thought that they were a little smaller than those over there, but they're actually a little bit bigger. But to be honest, I still want to say that this structure called the Giant's Quarry, which I'm going to zoom into one more time, over here. The Giant's Quarry, and it's all over this whole area, by the way, but I'm looking at this spot right, where was it? I got lost? Right here. Right there. This thing. I'm still like, want to know more. I mean, like, look how, that's not natural. Like, we know that that was quarried. Now, these rocks are standing out tall. I wish I could get there. It's a little hard. I might go there this year. This year I might go there, but it's getting hotter and hotter. And if I go there, I'm going to have to go along this way. Or I don't know, actually. I think there might be a way to go along the Adrar Plateau. So it's a tough thing. So much. Wadan. What are we talking about? Let's get back out to the Cal Topo. There's a couple more things I want to say. Okay, we can see here the parallel canals that I've been talking about for 5 years. We can see here the straight lines. Now, I'll go over here to Google Earth and show you so you can see it. But if you go to Rudolph, this is the highest point in the Adrar Plateau. Let's get rid of that. Let's make sure this is correct. This is stupid. I'm still don't agree. Now, you can see the two mountains that I went to. And you see these cuts through the mountain. Are you telling me that this is actually natural? I don't think so. And then you go to the other mountain that I visited. I didn't climb them, but you can also see that other cut. This quarry cut. I say quarry cut because it matches these lines over here that go up to the top of the plateau. And they stop right about here. So you can see these lines. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they're right there in front of you. They go down the chin of Rudolph, but on the other side of Rudolph's head, you can see him here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can get them up here. 8, 9. There's one there. 10. There's some over here a little bit. It's like it's really old stuff that got worked over and weathered but there's where I walked right there. That's the parallel canal. And when I follow this, it goes for 12 kilometers, right? So, or 12, yeah, like 12 kilometers. And it's just the same width apart. This canal is definitely not natural, okay? Goats what? Where there's no goats here. I can show you goats. I love goats. They don't love me. They don't let me pet them. Look over here. You can see all these lines going this direction. This ancient, by the way, when you do this, it goes to the ancient alignment of the ancient axis. Look at that down there on the bottom right. We're almost done. I mean, I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to talk about my other trip over here. I also visited so much other stuff. I have this one. I learned a lot. Oh, it's out here. Sorry, I got the wrong spot. I got lost. Is that it? It's another place I visited right there in the Richat. I gotta reset it to north. Okay, there. Now I can show you. Now I can point it out. There it is, right there. I went to this structure. Another fort. They call it a fort. It's barely a fort. I mean, this not. I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you, Carl Dibb. It was known to have advanced canals and aqueducts. And now I'm going to show you the last one. If you take this mouth, go straight south, when you get to this Adrar Plateau, Carl, this is important. Yeah, they were interconnected, and I can show you some of this interconnection. This is the last thing I'm going to show you before I get out of here. I can't rotate this, but you could see here there's like a line right here. Like it even came out here. If you follow that north-south, if you rotate it so it's up and down, not north-south, you can actually see this going through the mountain down here. Did I get lost? I got lost. There's all sorts of them down here. Look at this one. Look at that line right there. That's one of them. Now, you think, oh, you're crazy. That's just natural. But when you get out to what I was just trying to show you, is that right there? That's it right there. And you can kind of see, like, that's lower. But this went up to the mountains, and you can follow this line. Now, get close. Get close, okay? That's it right there. Now, you can kind of see some other stuff going on over here. But we're not going to follow that other stuff. We're going to follow this. That line is my canal. Now you're like, oh, that's barely anything. Wait, it gets more prominent. It keeps going. It keeps cutting through. You can see it there. See that line? That line goes straight to the mouth of the Richat. Now it goes through these two, but then again, you go out farther and you get out straight to the Richat structure. That's 100 miles. I'll show it to you here because I just want to be nice and clear. Let's just go right here. That's it right there. Now, let's follow it again. Now here, we're starting from there. I'm going to tell you, you can't drive straight through. There's a mountain in the way. There's a couple of them. And this is interesting too, this little structure here. I guess that's I don't know. I guess that's the fort. I was trying to find it. I think I passed by it. I don't know why I missed it. But let's not worry about that. Let's keep following this straight line. So you can't just drive straight through here. Now, how do you get through? Well, you drive across here. You go this way. Go across the mountain. You go that way. I can show you that road later. But let's just go back out. Now, the mouth of the Richat. The mouth of the Richat, you can see how this is covered in sand, but you can see the cliff sticking through that sand. Right here, right there. That's the one point that might be a good view, but it still keeps on going. It's getting covered in sand, but it's still there. And you can see that's where the Richat kind of has a point, the final point right there, that you could actually look across this mouth, this river that's coming from the Wadan. Now, I stayed in Wadan a few times, but we're going this way across the open sand, looking for signs of some canal. Now, you might see a little bit of a straight line here. Maybe it kind of went this way, because I do feel like you're seeing bedrock. So the line's straight, but I think it came out here somewhere. Could be wrong. But now let's find that entry point, and let's find and see the 50-mile long canal. Okay, this is just open sand, right? That's like 50 miles of open sand. And then you start getting to a point where you get a line of trees out in the middle of the sand. That, I believe, is a sign of an ancient canal. Now, I'm going to get there first. Okay, right here. Let's go back out so I can show you that. It's right here. Where are those trees? Right there. Look at them. Look how straight that line is. Now, I know that it's not aligned with my line, so it's not perfect, but that is part of it. That's the very tail end. And then you enter into this dual entry point way, way down here. You can kind of see a line going there on the ground, but that's the dual entry point right there. I always follow this one, but it went right in there. It went right through there, so I had to follow it. There's two of them. Now, don't think that's the only one. There's another one down here that's dual. Now, you can follow the line. Okay, the line's in the ground. Forget the purple one. Follow this one right there. Look at that. You can see how it cut through some bedrock right there. That was a canal right there. Okay? Now, you're going to think I'm crazy, But here's another dual entry point. Okay, there it is right there. Look at that. And then you can see what I call quarries. And yeah, you mentioned city grid. Okay, no, Fort Sagan is not ancient. Fort Sagan was built for a movie in 1984. Okay, look at that one right there. There's another cut through right there. So there's a bunch of them, but there's the big one. And we're following the big one all the way down. Look at it here. Look at that. You're telling me that they made that for a dirt road? No, they didn't cut through there for a dirt road. Fort Sagan is a movie starring Gerard Depardieu. They built that fort for the movie. That's what I've been led to believe. If I'm wrong, show me some evidence, because I'm telling you that is a movie, and I know that it looks new. I mean, it looks old. And I'll tell you, there's no mortar. Look at that right there. Well, there's other forts. I don't know which other forts you're talking about, but that one was supposed to be a movie set. I used to think it was old too. Look at that right there. Look at that. Right there. It goes right in there. Cuts through. Okay, you can see it again right here. Cuts through. And then again right there. Cuts through. It just keeps going and going. Cutting through. It's an ancient canal. I call that the Richat Canal because it's pointing right at the Richat. Now this is pretty much the beginning point right there, but look how prominent that is. And you've got these other straight lines over here. So that is the Richat Canal. It comes over to about here. You can keep, there's a road right there, by the way. And this road, yeah, that's not it. I found one road that has a white line, a white dotted line going down. Look at, but honestly, you got it cutting right through there. Thank you for your thumbs up. I'm almost out of here. I've already surpassed 30 minutes. I'm just telling you right now, check out this Cal Topo for yourself. There's so many things to see here. And if you go down, you can start finding other little canal, like I said, cut-throughs. And the point where I was, there's many more. You know, like this thing right here is suspect to me as well. There's so many. Look at this one right over here. Definitely races of giants. Well, this was the highest point right there. This is the Adrar Plateau is 2,000 feet above sea level. Right here, it's the highest point. This is all really high right there. You got a canal going right through it. Let me see if there's any other smoking guns that I needed to talk about. The other one was this. I was going to say, this is someplace I'd like to visit and see this for myself. Like, it's just starting right here. This canal. You've got these quarry lines all over the place. These parallel quarry lines. But the two parallel canals, I just don't get it. Like here, up here, I thought maybe you could come through here with a boat. Like over here, it's open and maybe you can get to there. I think it was flood control. Now over here is Sidir or Dar, this area. This is also a smoking gun to me. That's been worked, man. This has been machined. And you can see how straight these cuts are. Not natural curved rivers, but straight cuts. I've talked to somebody who's got some land right here, and he claims that there was water, a river up here, a creek. So you've got water on top of that. But over here, these lines here, they're just too parallel. The work that you see over there. And then you compare it to over here. That Fort Sagan is over here where I was over here. But when you follow this area here, that area was worked before it was eroded. Let me see if there's anything else. I wanted to mention my trip. I went to 4 countries. And I will get into them all later, slowly. But I have to be honest, it's been a long, long couple weeks. And I'm ready to go to sleep. It's 11 p.m., 11:14 p.m. here in an undisclosed location in California. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for joining me.